All right. Happy Mother's Day. We are rolling.
And we're back with another episode of OTI. I'm one of your hosts, Jordana, and we have Tiara, Laura, and Calliope here with us as well. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
We're actually shooting earlier than we normally would. We're going to talk about Mother's Day. Normally we would shoot on Mother's Day, but since we're all moms, we're doing it a little bit earlier so that you guys can get the episode on Mother's Day and we can kind of touch on that and we get to enjoy our day doing whatever we want to do. So,
Mom stuff.
yes, mom stuff. Does anybody have anything planned for Mother's Day?
I am getting a hotel room and I am saying fuck them kids for 24 hours. And I am so excited. It's a long time coming.
He said, I am so excited.
11 years. I finally get to say fuck them kids and I'm out. I am going to
Good
lay
for
in my
you.
bed, watch Law and Order, and eat snacks and online shop.
That sounds like a very nice day to have all to yourself.
Brain off.
Yeah.
Not do anything.
I'm
Don't want to pick
tired.
where we're going to eat.
I don't want to pick where we're going to eat. I don't want to
I
give.
want to pick it.
Don't want to tell people about my gift. I don't want to wake up and make breakfast before we go out to eat and get clothes ready and do hair.
None of it.
No.
I don't want y'all to make it because you ain't gonna clean it up right. Monday morning, I'm gonna have to get.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just give me the whole day.
All right. The whole day.
The whole day, just to be. Yeah. I have been not paying attention to it at all. I'm like out of sight. It's just a weird day for me. Like I think I have my own issues with. I don't want to call them issues, but my mom and I have had our own type of relationship that's sensitive, and then my own journey through motherhood hasn't really been as kind and soft as I thought it was going to be. So when it is time for Mother's Day, I'm not excited. I'm just like, okay. And then that's a day where you should be celebrated. And I'm just doing labor.
Yeah.
All alone. So I really haven't thought about it too much. I forgot, truthfully. I was like, oh, damn, it is Mother's Day. Let me get my mom a plant.
Yeah. That's not right for your mom.
Yeah, let me get my mom a plant. Right? That's what she wants. So,
What about you, Laura? What you got going on?
So my mom doesn't live far from us. So in the evening, we'll be going, just me and my girls, to my mom's. My dad's actually in Michigan right now visiting his mom. So he'll be visiting his mom for Mother's Day, which is nice. But so I'll probably we'll get takeout or I'll cook for her or something like that. But the first portion, the very first 2 hours of the 24 hours of Mother's Day, I will be being the ultimate mother and provider for my kids, and I will be working until 2 a.m. So this Mother's Day, all I'm going to ask of my kids is to let mama sleep in a little bit. I don't need pancakes and coffee at 7:30 in the morning when I was, working till 2 a.m. So I think they're at the age where they'll at least give me till like 9, which I can do. So yeah. And then my youngest already says she has her plans. Normally it's so cute. Both my daughters used to want to do like a spa day, and they would my mom would take them to Target and get them little face masks to do to me and little foot rubs and all this. And last year, I think, was the last year of that because it was just my youngest one doing it to me. And halfway through, she was like, why do I do this every year? I'm like, you chose it. So this year she said, Mommy, I want to paint your nails and give you a pedicure. So I'm like, okay, that's a little less
so cute.
gushy things on my face. And so it'll be good. Just me and my girls and my mom.
That's fun. Like the girly stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordana?
I hadn't even been paying attention either. Mother's Day is a little tricky because I was married. I was married for 6 years. My kids were, 5 5 and 3 when I got divorced. And so like my mom is really the one who pushed my kids to help celebrate Mother's Day because their dad wasn't he wouldn't acknowledge Mother's Day like that. Like he wouldn't take them to like Walgreens and, you know, go with them and get me a card and stuff like that. It was always my mom doing that stuff. So when my kids celebrate Mother's Day, it was because my mom was in the picture and she made sure that they were doing stuff like that. So usually we just have family dinner together because me and my mom are close. My mom lives with me and so we share space. But so I get to see her a lot. We see each other often and my kids live with me. So like we're around each other all the time. So it's not like we don't get to see each other and it's a special day of the year as we kind of always are with each other in each other's presence. And we try to have dinner together that day and we just kind of choose what we like to eat. And last year, the boys got me flowers and a card, and that was really nice. And my mom gets me something. I usually get her something like a card or some flowers, but we keep it low key. We don't do too much. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's any other day, any other Sunday. When I was growing up, I grew up I was in a religious house. So I saw my mom get celebrated through church from my dad out of obligation, I believe. But like, yeah, we had family dinner and kind of like followed those same traditions. But yeah, so it's pretty low key. We don't do too much. I kind of like it that way. I'm pretty low key myself. So nothing major.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do on a day celebrating our role as a mom is like go out to some busy ass brunch, like, and fight off like just snotty little kids and screaming and crowds. No,
Loud
so I agree. Like the low key is nice.
Yeah, I appreciate the
low key is nice.
I don't want to clean and dishes and stuff like that. I don't want to split and so like a lot of the times it ends up being my mom doing it together, which is fine. I'm doing it by myself and we kind of have something that we can do together on that day. And you do this part, I'll do this part, and we just kind of work together and we get to chat and stuff like that in the kitchen. So I appreciate that part because when your moms get older, you don't know how much longer you have to be doing stuff like that with them. So I appreciate those times too.
Yeah, that's definitely, I've been thinking about that a lot. Like my mom's in her early 70s and both my parents are like young 70s. Like they don't have a lot of health problems. They are active. But you think about that. You're like, how many more Mother's Days do I get with my mom? And it's like one year they're in their 40s and then you blink and like they're in their 70s and you might not have so much longer.
Exactly. I look at my mom and I'm like, I still see you the same way I did when you were 40 and now I'm about to be 40. And I'm like, that's weird. like
I remember when my mom turned 30.
Couple months ago.
Like crazy. Now she's getting older. Oh my God. I'm like, woo, we really grew up together.
Yeah.
Now I'm 30-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was married with 3 kids when she was my age. I'm like, geez.
Can't imagine how like
nope, couldn't see it, could not see it. Like I'm like, wow, Mom, that's props. You get a couple cookies there because that's a lot.
But when we were young, I feel like when our parents turned like 40 or 50, like it was like they looked like they were 40 and 50. Like they had like their shit together, just like, and I will be 40 in less than a year. And I feel like I don't feel like I'm like a 40-year-old, I have my shit together, but I don't know. They like balance their checkbooks and like have like vacation fund accounts and like what is happening? I don't know any of that.
Different back then, okay? It's not the same as it is now. They had like the resources and tools they needed, and the economy was different. I'm sure, like if we were parents in the '90s that we are, like our parents were like, we'd have our shit together like that too. Be like, oh, we got these. Well, cool. Credit cards? You got credit now? All right. It's not the same as it was, like, at all. So, mortgage payment.
It's so funny, though. Like,
no, it's not the same.
that like still carries. Like my mom still has her shit together so much. Like when she like will write a check, she will like have a seasonal check, and then she'll like have a matching stamp and then like the matching address label. And I'm like, never in my life have I been that together.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like it's just very organized. Everything has its place, and I don't know if that's generational or like just kind of how they had to have things because it's not all digitalized. Like you have to be like organized.
It has to be in order.
But yeah, it's not like my budget's in my notes in my phone.
Yeah, my mom
Excel spreadsheet, but I was like, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that anymore. There's too many negatives going out.
It's not appealing to the eye at all.
But,
sorry.
Yeah.
If my son asks me one more nonverbal question, I'm gonna flip my shit.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mom.
I need a because I'm like,
I see you.
Something again. Ask me something again.
I see you. I see it all in your face. Like
I literally do the 30-minute countdown, the 1 hour countdown, the 5-minute countdown.
I'm starting,
everybody.
not disturb.
Yeah.
You need to get a red light recording.
You're right, recording. It wouldn't matter.
No, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't turn it off.
I'm gonna need something.
Turn it off.
They would not put the red light on.
I'm there like I'm about to flip my shit. Ask me something again. I had to give him the
right.
Look.
One more time.
This thing.
You are not the baby. One more time.
This is the look. Oh man.
With the
Do any of you remember making like anything specific for your moms for Mother's Day? Because one is coming to my mind and I'm still traumatized by it. Like 35 years later, I made my mom like, it was like a hat and it was like an octopus hat. So it had like 8 freaking like legs coming out and I was so proud of it. And my mom laughed her ass off at it. And I was so hurt by that. And I still like, she'll still bring it up and she'll be like, did you make me an octopus hat this year? And I'm like,
no, your mom got jokes.
You
got to make her one now. Now you have to make her one.
You have to go and find her.
You know
have
what?
To make her one.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I got my plans for tonight.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
But
all right,
everything. I did the macaroni frames.
Yeah,
I've done the necklace. I've done the pen with the, and my mom still has it all. I've done the picture frame with the first grade picture in it, and
yeah, my mom's good at keeping stuff like that.
My
she
mom
still
has it all
of our teeth. Weird. Weird. Got all of her teeth.
No, if you're still keeping the umbilical cord, that's a little much. But the teeth, I understand.
It's in my photo album.
Yes.
The umbilical cord is in all 3 of her. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's in the albums. Yeah.
Just like a shriveled up raisin.
Yeah, it's in there. It's right taped in there. I'm like,
that's so cute.
Okay. You know, but I like going and seeing that she has. I think that'll be like my personal task for Mother's Day is putting together like a physical photo album for my baby because my mom has like 8 for each of us. Yeah. So it was like, and I don't have not one. I'm like, all right, I gotta have one. Like, bring back the physical photo albums. Those were great. I'm gonna go look at them when I go over there because
you know what? That's what we did last year on Mother's Day. Is we made photo albums. My mom had separated and went through all of her pictures, so she had like 3 big bins of pictures, and she separated all of them so that like the most of us, like each of us, she had like a big one of those manila envelopes full of pictures for each of us, for me, Carmelo, and Kalani. And so we made we like labeled them, like we could, like she's like, remember the dates if you can, like the month and year at the very least, write it on the back and make your own photo album. So we kind of like all sat down and looked through pictures and like photo albums. I just had like it was something
very very cute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that on my to-do list.
Yes, that was a good idea.
Albums.
Because Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and Dropbox and Google Photos and
it could just disappear one day.
Yeah.
Gone, and then we don't. I have my old Facebook account from like, I think I made it, and I was like in the 8th grade. I can't get any of my high school pictures.
Oh.
Because my mom
I
put
still
me
have
on
the
punishment
same one.
and locked me out of the account, and then forgot the information.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. And I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? Like all my cheerleader pictures. I don't have any of those.
I tried to go back on MySpace, like before it got like messed up, like the format of it. Like you couldn't go back to pictures because like they're like all pixelated and like all crazy looking because like the internet's not the same anymore. Like the bandwidth that was needed was, it was like just different. I tried to go back and get as many as I could, but some of them I was like, I can't even, like they're just pixelated and like blurry and stuff. I was just like,
remember Photo Bucket?
Yeah, that was another big one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, though, MySpace, not us like ranking our friends 1 through 8.
Like, you're the number one today. Someone's getting
the
booted.
fact that we were web designers and don't remember how to do the
How to
shit.
do it.
We would be like
B29X.
I had the flowing letters. I had everything hidden on my page, but
everything
my picture
was sparkly and
vanishing text.
Yes.
That needs to go on my resume, but I don't remember how to do
it. The basic skills.
The song that would play when you would like pick your song for your page, and like it would just
always
play.
hide my song. Like
Did
I
you?
never wanted anybody to. It was always hidden. No one could ever know the song name. Gatekeeping. It's hidden. Exclusive.
Nobody.
Yes, on YouTube. Nobody got this song.
The good old days.
Oh man.
I was like late to it though, because I like had a baby and like didn't really know about MySpace, and I was like already out of high school, so I was like kind of like late to it a little bit. And then by the time like Facebook was a thing, I was like, oh cool, okay, now everybody has access to Facebook. It's not just for like students.
Everybody.
So yeah, that was kind of weird too, because I was married and had kids pretty young, so like I was a little out of the loop when it came to some of the
social media.
Yeah, and like going to the clubs, like everybody here, like there's a club called The Buzz. Everybody talks about The Buzz. I'm like, I never got to experience The Buzz, man.
I'm not even big on Insta. Like I've been on Instagram more in the last couple months since we've been doing this podcast than in the 13 or whatever 15 years it's been out. Like I feel like I'm like stuck in like Facebook, and like my brain can't go anything newer than that.
Yeah, and like people think you're like old if you like are on Facebook and you're not really on like Twitter and stuff like that. I'm like, what's wrong with Facebook? They're like,
yeah, like I don't want to be on Twitter. Twitter's wild. There's no proof.
Am I old?
I don't want to be on Twitter. Twitter's too crazy for me.
You have to use the different social medias for different things. So Facebook is for family, friends, your neighbors. Instagram, I mean, you can see your college friends, of course, because that's how we got on. That's originally how we got on Facebook. Yeah. But Instagram is a little more. You can put a little something because it'll go away. Then you have your Snapchat. You can get completely ratchet on there because it's always going to go away. Twitter is like my rant page. So I say whatever.
Yeah, that's how much.
Then TikTok is for nosiness if you want to pass the time to me. And what else do we have? That's it, right?
I think I use TikTok like Twitter. I say whatever the hell I want on there. Whatever.
I love Twitter. I mean, before Twitter got like how it is now. I can't say what it is, but before it became the big P,
2010,
it was dope.
2012, 2011, Twitter, that was, oh man, Twitter's my shit.
It was dope. You can go back to 2008. It was dope.
You'd have to
now it's like
all day to, like keeping track of the timeline, and you want to keep up with the jokes. Like you had to been on there for real.
Yeah, I was on there.
Funny, it would be entertaining, but it would be an all day thing, like every single day, like just keep up with everything.
I'm on Twitter.
It was great. Yeah. Twitter time was a great time.
I think it was like I think I was like a junior when I started using it. It was my junior year, and I was like, okay, I'll see. And it was all right. It's like junior, senior, and then like a couple years after high school, and I was over it. I was done.
seeing like we were looking at like accounts and like hearing from people's accounts that were like in their late 20s, early 30s. So like a high schooler would probably be like, "Oh, this is kind of lame."
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't.
Old people.
I got on Twitter when I was a junior. I mean, no, a sophomore in college. So we was grown.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more applicable. I think I was like 25 when I first got on Twitter. 25, 26. Just started going out to clubs because like freshly divorced. And like my kids were dads on the weekend. So I was like, okay. Wow, okay. We had Twitter parties. We had all that. Oh, we had all that. Did you ever go to a Twitter party in your city?
The Twitter party was college.
Yeah, right. Everybody was on it in college.
Yeah.
I met people who lived in my apartment complex. They're like, I don't know, we were tweeting something. And I was like, oh, I live over here. They're like, oh, I live over here too. We ended up like partying with them for like a whole year, like meeting them out at the clubs and the after parties and stuff like that. Like, well, I'm like, we made some real friends. We made some real life friends off of Twitter.
And the Twitter platform.
Speaking of like moms though, and like social media, it's so funny. Like, do your moms, I don't know if they have like a Facebook, but like my mom will be calling me out like on my Facebook. Like I'll put like a status or like a picture and she's just like not meaning to, but like just outing me like in the comments. And like I'll just be deleting the comments. Moms are just so funny on social media.
You're like, that was cringe, delete.
Right. I'm like, I'm a professional. Like I have like doctors that I work with on my friends list and she's just bearing it all. Like all my, my secrets and my whatever it is. Yeah. Parents on social media.
I got a cool mom. No, I have a cool mom.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom will be like,
we're not on it together. She doesn't use Facebook that much.
She's leaving the hearts and the compliments with
for sure.
The
and my aunties and my godparents and my uncles. Yeah. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't comment nothing. She'd just be on there. She sends a lot of messages. She's an inboxer though. Like there's probably like 30 messages I haven't looked at on Instagram that she just sends me stuff all the time. So, I mean, yeah, she communicates that way.
Yeah, that's the only way my mom communicates with me is via Facebook Messenger. I think because like she can see when I'm active. So like she knows like she's going to read this. Like she can't escape.
Like now I know when you
I know.
You read it.
No.
I saw that you read my message and you
did. Right, exactly. No, she'll say that. Whoa.
You watched that video I sent.
No, I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't feel like talking about this right now.
Yeah. Like the middle of the workday, and she's like messaging me about like a serious thing that happened in like to grandma, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of the workday.
Like later.
Yeah. I'm off at 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny, like also seeing your parents, like, or your mom specifically, because my dad isn't around for me to like see him get older, but my mom has been, and it's been interesting, like seeing her go from, oh, like she's still 40 to, oh, she's 70 something now.
Yeah.
Like, she's kind of, getting to where she does old lady things.
Yeah.
Talk too loud because she's in the other room.
Yeah, that is odd. Like parents are moms, dads. I mean, specifically moms, because this is a Mother's Day episode, but it's like they take care of you for so many decades. And then like I said, like you just blink and then like you're the one taking care of them, it's such an odd feeling to like your mom's always like so strong and just like the one who just does it all. And then like they're not one day. So
I was like, I'm tired. Like I don't want to work full time and all this stuff. Like, yeah, I feel you. I'm tired now.
I know.
I'm tired of working full time now, and I'm not 70. So, but
is my mom the youngest mom?
How old's your mom?
She's not 60 yet.
Yeah, she must be. My mom will be 71 this summer.
My mom's not 50 yet.
Oh, okay. But you're younger.
Yeah, I'm 29, so my mom is.
Okay.
like 48, 49. Something
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I would have never like thought you were 10 years younger than me, Calliope. Like you speak very
Really?
eloquently, and like you have I don't know, like you voice your opinions in a respectful way, and maybe I don't know, maybe I just have had not
Nah,
the
there's some
same.
wild ass 29-year-olds, Laura.
Right,
I know what you
exactly.
they be wild because my friend group is here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a compliment to you that you carry
Thank
yourself
you.
not like a 20-some-year-old. I definitely wasn't that mature when I was 29.
You know, it's crazy because I do know a lot, and it kind of messes things up a little bit because I'm like, I should be able to enjoy some of these 27-ish, 26-ish type of activities. I can't.
Right.
I'm aged out. Like I can't even really date people 27. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're just so like I can't. And so
Right.
it kind of sucks because I'm like, ooh, I'm moving myself a little bit faster. I feel like, but I can't help it. Like that's just, hey,
Yeah.
I've always been like that.
So you said your mom's not 50. Is she 49?
I think she's 49. Yeah.
Okay. And your mom's not, how, you said Tiara, your mom's not.
If I'm we're 23 years apart.
Okay.
I am, so she's 59.
Okay. So she's got a big birthday coming up.
Yeah.
She does. Hopefully Stella get her groove back.
Aww.
I need a stepdaddy.
Is she who you went to the carnival this past weekend? Did you go with your mom?
No, I went with my boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I knew you were the passenger seat, but I didn't know who was
Passenger princess.
a passenger
That
princess.
was my man.
Jordana, we were just talking about Calliope and how she's 29, but she like carries herself so eloquently and like mature and just like has like a I don't know, like a little bit wiser than your average 29-year-old.
Man,
Buttering Calliope up tonight.
10 years younger than I am. And let me tell you, since I met Calliope, I have had more self-esteem, like progress. My self-worth has improved.
That's a good asset. She's a great friend.
She's wise beyond her years. She is probably one of the most sensitive, intelligent, most self-aware people I've met. And she's a great
I'm not crying.
No.
I always tell her this good or my surprise.
Listen, and I be crying every time.
Oh, you know each
other? Yeah, we know each other. Did you say
how
we?
How do you know each other?
A mushroom ceremony. We were at a mushroom ceremony, and we were introduced by another friend, and yeah, we just kind of like that meme, that Spider-Man meme. Like, yeah, I know you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I know you,
Spider-Man. You.
Yeah, yeah. And we've confirmed it. We've gotten like a past life reading to see like where we intertwine at, and like we've had several lives.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's dope.
We just found each other again this one round.
I love those relationships. When you just like you meet someone and you really feel like you've known them like so long. That's just special and rare to find.
To the point where like even like our firstborn kids have things in common, and that's where we're like, wait a minute, like we got way too much that are like similar or like where we align in certain places in our life, and like the things that we've gone through at the same kind of time and stuff. We're like, that's kind of odd. Like
I was doing that too at this time.
Like bring us together and like so we could see the similarities, so we could, you know, kind of like discover like how we know each other and why we are in each other's lives now. And so we kind of took it a step further and found out, and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, like okay. Even my siblings, which I definitely spent a lot of time raising, match her son's
like
energy. Like it's very eerie Very, very
Yeah.
magical.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Aw.
But listen, I'm intrigued now. What is a mushroom?
Mushroom journey.
What is it? Yeah.
You
We
know,
call it a mushroom
Laura.
journey. It's really like a ceremonial type of thing that people can do. It doesn't have to be women, but with ours, it was like 3 other women besides us. And ritually, we kind of do like certain things. Like the woman that hosted it, she had like a cacao drink for us to start with, which opens you up spiritually as well to get you kind of in that frequency of going within and using the mushrooms as a guide to learn more about yourself and whatever like it's supposed to teach you in that specific time that you're doing it, or like using it as a way to just like some people use it because they're having a hard time with depression, or
Yeah.
like they have a hard time letting go of something that happened in their lives or something like that. So, people do it for different reasons, but we kind of just wanted to kind of get together and do it with a bunch of girls. And, like, I was like, I haven't really done like a large like this, like, and our mutual friend was like super cool. Like I just had recently met her because she was doing, she was doing like meal prep, and she was doing like a vegan meal prep.
Right.
And so that's kind of how I started meeting her. And it's just kind of crazy how, things work out.
Because I met her through an ex, and then I stopped dating him, and we kept being cool. And then she introduced me to Jordana. I was just like, okay, this is.
I don't know if you keep track of Sharice, but I recently saw her Instagram and she's pregnant. She's going to be a mommy too.
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Sharice. If you ever see this, girly, congrats. Yeah. That's good. She wanted that. She was ready for that some years ago.
Yeah. So, and she has a partner now who she got married, and she's ready for it. So it's good to see her in that space for sure.
I love how you guys have such like spiritual, like kind of like, I don't know if ritualistic is the right word, but like you have such like healthy coping mechanisms. Like I feel like you're so like in tune with what you need for healing or like friendships, and like that's so rare, like most people will just, I don't know, scream into a pillow or like drink or whatever. And I love that you guys Calliope and Jordana do these like awesome ceremonies or whatever.
We're really good at holding each other. We actually just had this conversation because like it'll go quiet and there will be no communication for a minute, and like we're both going through some shit. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute. We're both dealing with some shit, and a lot of people, I think they lose friendships in that space. Like they don't recover, whereas we're always able to like, let's go eat. Let's smoke. Let's talk. We need to bring it back in, and we're always good. I mean, it's just we respect each other's boundaries, and we tell each other the truth too. Like if she's going through some shit, and I'm like, no, girl, and same here. She'll be like, well, how about this perspective?
Yeah.
It's good to have like mom friends, because sometimes when we have children and we start off with a certain friend group, it shifts.
Yeah.
Yes.
After having a baby, they vanish, honestly.
Because they can't relate to each other in the same way anymore.
No, and I'm not the party girl anymore. So most of my friends vanished because I can't tell you what's going on Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Like I'm at home, ironing clothes. Like right before the podcast, I cleaned my kitchen.
What did you do today? I went to work. I took care of my kids, and I cleaned the house.
I go out, but I don't go out as much. So it's like they like, well, I don't have nothing to talk to her about.
Right. And they don't want to do the work. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People don't want to do the work to evolve. You've evolved. You've entered a new chapter, and they can too. Just because they didn't physically have a baby, go birth something. Go make something.
Yeah.
Go do something. So I feel like
outfit and go to the every weekend.
Yeah, like that's all to be connected
what
on.
we celebrating and we partying every weekend. What are we celebrating?
Right.
So we have a question, guys.
What's one important life lesson you learned from your parents, whether through watching her or from advice?
I'll start.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a single mom. So real boss bitch energy. I was taught to be strong and get it on your own. It's a blessing and a curse. If you tell me no or you don't do it when I ask you, 10 out of 10, I'm going to handle it. I don't need you. I want you. I don't need you. So it's a gift and a curse. But my mom always taught me to be very strong and very independent. And I love that because I may cry for a minute, but I'm going to cry while getting shit done.
I'm Googling that shit right now.
I'm
Crying.
Googling that shit. I'm calling a friend of a friend of a friend. I'm tapping into those resources. Like, we going to get it done. So that's what my mommy taught me.
Yeah, same. Same tier. That's kind of how it was. And I was the big sister too. I have 2 younger brothers. And so it was always like, you know, you got to be good. You got to have your own. You have to be able to carry yourself, and you look out for your folks. You look out for your brothers, and you make sure they're good. And so I always seen her doing that. But another thing that I seen, like, she was very feminine too. So she worked a lot and she was a provider, but she always maintained her feminine energy. So she was very soft. She liked to get dressed. She had all the nice fashions. Her perfume collection was immaculate. And that's something that I really bit off of. I love perfumes now. So I collect too. So that's something I got from her, is just seeing her put herself together. And she never stopped being a bad bitch ever, even though she hates that term, but I don't care. That's what she did that shit with 3 kids by herself.
Mom is fine. She is fine.
Mom's a bad bitch. Listen,
she is fine. I was like, that's your mom?
Whatever. I did not want to bring my boyfriends home, y'all. I used to bring them around her. No. I
don't even want you to know what my mom looks like.
No. God damn it. No, she was always like the hot mom stereotype. Yeah. Like my guy friends used to, when I'm gonna come over for dinner, you're fucking not. Ever.
You'll never get an invite, okay?
Yo, one day I came home from school, dude is on the porch eating a bowl of gumbo. I was like,
not my mom's gumbo.
What are you doing on my porch? Yeah.
Invited you.
So you could come here.
Take your gumbo and go.
Yeah, leave.
So silly.
So yeah, my mom was resilient and beautiful and glamorous. She maintained all of that in one, and I think that's important because yeah, you got to maintain excuse me, the beauty and the struggle and the challenges of motherhood. You cannot lose yourself.
Yeah. I have like a cute one and then like a serious one. I think as the older I get, I realize that I've adopted like the like kind of hominess of my house from my mom. Like she would just always like candles burning and like she would just decorate for every holiday, and like it doesn't matter, Easter, Valentine's Day, like everything just looked like whatever mascot for that holiday just like threw up all over the house. And I feel like I'm the same way, like from Halloween through 4th of July, basically. It's like I'm always decorating for the holidays, and I definitely have adopted that from my mom. Secondly, my mom taught me, she has always been my biggest cheerleader. Whenever I had a goal in mind, whether it was going to nursing school, or I remember one, like my senior year in college, I did like 2 years worth of college in 1 year. And just like, she always was like, you put your mind to it and you're going to do it. And I would get frustrated or discouraged. And she would always be like, no, like have your moment, have your cry, have your minute of stress, but like, you're going to get it done because you're Laura Butman and you're going to do it. And I still at almost 40, I'm like that. And I'll give myself pep talks. And I, learned that I am the same way with my girls. Like if they want to do something, I'm like, nothing will stop you from doing something you really want to do, no matter how difficult it may be.
Aw. We love the resilience and that's a pattern.
Remember who the fuck you are, because you're my daughter, and I did not teach you to be a quitter. You're gonna get through it.
Yep.
Have your cry and get to it.
Yeah.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
And I think it's especially important for women, because I mean, it's just women just have it tougher than men out there, like professionally and everything. And I have all girls, and I think it's important to men too, but I've been able to use it as a single mom of all girls to my girls' benefit. Just what my mom ingrained into me growing up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, Laura, because I think that my mom really, really struggled with that concept of being a single mom to a daughter and then 2 sons. And me being the oldest, I think she really didn't know how to divide her time.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like it was hard for her. Looking back at how I was treated versus how my brothers were treated, I'm sure she was just overcompensating for them, but in that same sense, there was so much I needed and I wasn't getting because she was trying to play mom and dad. But so I definitely think when you have all boys or all girls, it can be a little bit easier. But once you have boys and girls and you're doing it alone, that seems like it could be so much harder.
Yeah, I think so too, because boys and girls, they just require different things. And it's I know being a mom of all girls, my girls are different, but they still they have estrogen and that feminine energy. And it's I know I'm a woman, so I know what they need. And I don't have sons, but I would imagine, I grew up with all brothers. So I would imagine that little boys just need different things instead of a girl talk at 10 p.m. before bed. They need to roughhouse a little bit, or Tiara, you have both. Tiara, do you feel raising a boy and then a girl they require different ways of parenting?
Yeah, and then you take into account I had my kids 10 years apart, and you take into account that I was a helicopter mom with the 10-year-old, and then I'm a free figure it out. We'll watch and see. See if you step on that step. If you fall, let's see.
Trial and error.
What happens? Go ahead.
It is very different. Like I was telling you guys a couple episodes ago, my daughter is very independent. Let me do it. Let me see. She's the explorer. She's the observer. My son is the very book savvy, tech nerd. I know it because I looked it up. I read it. I can tell you where the source is. So I'll just say yeah.
That's interesting.
It's dope to see though. She's going to take care of her brother for sure. And he's going to take care of her for sure, but she's going to get everything in check for sure.
I love that.
Very Leo, my baby.
Oh, now, okay, well, you started. What's the other one?
He's
now you were there.
My home
you
is
have
full
fire
of Sagittariuses and Leos. My boyfriend's a Sag. I'm a Leo. My daughter's a Leo. My son's a Sag.
I love that.
Firehouse.
Ooh. I love that.
Yeah.
It's something.
How much fun.
It is fun, but
Laura, what's your dynamic like over there? What have you got? I know you're Pisces,
and then my girls' birthdays are 2 days apart. So August 23rd and August 25th. So is that Virgo?
She almost made it to me. Yep, they almost made it. August 21st, they almost made it. They almost made it. I have a lot of Virgo tendencies too, so it's okay.
So I wonder, so Julia is the youngest, and because the last day of Leo is 22nd, right? So she is right on that cusp, and they're just so stinking different. And I'm wondering if it's because, Julia is right on that cusp. I don't know. This is your area, but
it's their moon and rising.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, we would have to look in. We can do it one day. We can look a little deeper into it. But there's definitely going to be a lot of things that factor into them being completely different.
And I definitely have always vibed better and just had like a more natural connection with Julia, August 23rd. So that would be interesting to match up my.
Well, Virgo Pisces is the same axis.
You guys are sister signs, so whoever has the most Virgo, I could see you like gravitating. Well, you guys probably connect just a little easier because that same axis, like a clock. So it's on the same axis. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I love learning about
we're
that.
We're gonna come over to a trip to Venus, so you guys.
I know.
We would love to have
let
you.
us know what's going on.
All the charts. We're gonna look at.
I love this type of stuff.
I love that.
It's so enlightening too. Like to be able to know, like mamas, since we're doing our Mother's Day episode, learn your child's moon sign. That moon sign is important. It is the way they perceived life when they were inside of you. So when they were still being cooked and nurtured while you were going through life, everything you were going through and feeling, they felt it too. They know exactly how you were feeling. That's what that baby's moon sign is. So it's so imperative to learn that, because it can tell you how they perceive you, even like in what they need, what kind of communication is your baby going to need, like what kind of tantrums are they going to have, like there's so much things that could be found in the moon sign. And it's important, guys. Like, don't be pulling no dudes charts, pull them babies charts.
Yeah.
Find out about your kids.
I need both of them. Their birthday is 3 days apart. Their birthdays are 3 days apart. December 10th, December 13th.
That's so funny. Isn't it so crazy when that happens in families? It'll be like a cluster of birthdays.
Oh, and then my stepdaughter is a Leo also. Her birthday is August 12th.
Okay.
My house is literally the firehouse. All four of us are fire signs.
So
Kai is on the cusp. She's kind of both. You know, she's a Cancer / but we're fire. This house is fire.
Fiery. I like that. It sounds like it's a good time over there.
It is a good time. If you come when they come in July, it's a good time.
Good time.
Very cool.
You're at birthday times too, so even better.
Yes.
A lot of birthdays, actually. Gosh dang, there's a lot of birthdays around that time.
Yeah.
Within a month.
Yeah. Stacked.
Oh no. I was raised by 2 Leos. My mom's a Leo. She's always been strong, single mom when she had to be, got shit done, had no food in the house, somehow had a big ass dinner. I don't know. Even I'm like, where do we even get this? Like,
how this happen?
Come from?
For some reason, I feel like Leos, I know for me, I don't even know how to say this without sounding like cocky, but sometimes I feel like money just
appears.
What the fuck?
Provided by the sun.
Like, I swear to God, like
just in time too. Just in time.
Just in time.
Down.
Oof,
then they're
thank
like,
you.
You got to check for what the fuck?
For the
and this is without doing my cinnamon. You know, this is without putting my cinnamon in my corners and stuff like that. This is without doing all of that.
Yeah.
Money just comes. I never really have to worry. Like, I'll be broke for a day, maybe 4, but by the 7th, I got it.
Yeah,
it finds you.
Because you don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like, it'll happen. It'll work out.
That since I was little, like, I'd be like, I don't know. I just found $400. Like, where? I don't know.
They found me.
It's been like that since I was like a teen. Like, I'll figure it out.
You must have a second house, something. 8th house.
Yeah, she got
something. When we talked, my friend did me a reading and I wrote everything down. So I do know my moon and rising. I know my houses. She told me that I was only having I only had 2 spots and I was pregnant, but she didn't know I was pregnant at the time with my daughter. So I'll compare.
Okay.
You've already had a
Okay,
thorough
okay.
reading. You can probably just go over it
I
again.
had
and,
a
like,
thorough read. It's like 2 pages long. I was like, wait, say it again.
Like,
So it was
yeah,
dope.
I love those. Those
Yeah.
are the best.
It was dope. Well, OTI,
Yeah, that was.
we out. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
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 Mother's
Mother's Day. Enjoy
Day.
your little staycation, Tiara. I hope you love it.
I will.
You deserve
I'm
it.
excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Law
gonna
and Order
swear.
marathons, elite.
Yes, facts.
Naps on naps.
Till next time.
Yes, but
Thanks for
till
tuning
next
in, y'all.
time.